is assembly and disassembly of the worm and worm wheel gearbox. Why the skill development practical is present? The skill development practical is useful for the shop floor informations about the engineers, how to assemble and disassemble the various machines under the engines, and which tool is useful for assemble and disassemble. So means you can familiar about the shop floor assessments. So in the shop floor, each and every machine having the some failure, each and machine having the some difficulty. So by using the different tools, our aim is to disassemble that machine, and after disassemble you can find out the fault, and then you can replace the part, and you can modify that part, and then again you can assemble it. So this some theory is present, and based on that theory, here we are going to conduct the three practicals for this today's session. The first is assemble and disassemble of the worm and worm wheel gearbox, right? What are the apparatus is required for that worm and worm wheels? So the first is worm and worm wheel gearbox, having the what are the dimensions there. Then the tool bags, having the different types of the tool is there. In the tool bags, different type of the tool is present, and one statement is where the part tray. So it means this part tray is useful for, you can keep the different tools, you can keep the different part in the part in as per the sequence, right? So we know the very well about the worm gearbox. What is the theory for that worm gearbox? The worm gearbox is a basically type of the gear system which higher torque is achieved with the low speed gear ratio. We are going to use this worm gearbox for the achieve the higher torque having the low speed is the basic applications of that the gearbox. Then what is use of the gear case? So you can ये सभी मैं आपको बाद में मेल करूंगा about this theory. So your aim is just you can write down the procedures for how to disassemble and how to assemble that the component system. So this is the basic theory is present about this gearbox, right? The gear cases, lubrications, different type of lubrication is required for that the worm and worm gear, right? This is theory is present. What are the silent features of this gearbox is present? So these are the various silent features is present, right? High strength, wear strength, low power, etc., etc. So is a typical worm gearbox is present, and the angle of this one is the input shaft. This downward shaft is called as the input shaft, and is another is a 90 degrees output shaft is there, right? And is the casing of that the gearbox is a casing, outer casing of this gearbox, and our aim is to reduce the increase the torque by reducing the speed. So is the main functions of the gearbox, right? And our aim is for this practical is disassemble the gearbox, right? The different application is also given for the gearbox: stone crusher gearbox, hot mix plant, conveyor gearbox, sugar plant gearbox, coal plant gearbox, mining. Okay, then okay, अभी यहाँ से start करते हैं. So what are the different parts present in the gearbox? So is the one gearbox. So here is the input shaft, is the input shaft, ध्यान दीजिए, and here is called as the bearing cap cover, is the bearing cap, is the open side bearing cap is there. Why it is called as the open side? Because the bearing cap having the one hole, and through this hole the shaft is coming outside, then you can see there's the bearing cap open, right? And here is also called as the bearing cap, but it's a closed type of the bearing cap because there is a no hole is present and the shaft is not coming from that the bearing cap, then you can see is the bearing cap closed. Okay, then so is a drain plug at the bottom of side, the drain plug is present. For the lubrication you can fill the some lubricants, it's like as a oil, right? And when the life of that oil is reduces, you can drain that oil from this gearbox. So for that the opening of this air presents and is called as a drain plug. The drain plug is always present at the bottommost side of that the gearbox. Okay, then how to fill this oil in the gearbox? So here at the topmost of this gearbox, again the one screw is present, again the one cap is present. You can rotate it, you can remove it, and you can fill the oil inside this gearbox, and this is called as oil fill screw. Okay, then for lifting purpose of this gearbox, the gearbox having the high weight, so maybe the 10 kg, 20 kg, 1 ton, 2 ton, depends on the applications, right? And for the lifting purpose for the gearbox, so maybe at the top of this casing there is a eye screw is present, either maybe there's some hook is present at the side. So one hook is present here and one hook is present here. maybe the hook is present. So here the two hook is present for this applications to lift this. Okay, then how to disassemble this casing? This casing is present in the two parts, upper casing and the lower casing. Upper casing and the lower casing, and the upper and lower casing is fixed by using this Allen bolt. These are the Allen bolt 1, Allen bolt, and the same Allen bolt is present at the back side. Okay, then fix this bearing cap with this casing. So here the hexagonal bolt is used. So by using this 6 hexagonal bolt is present for that, right? And then so this part is called as the pins for the gearbox. So it's for the cooling purpose, is for the cooling. When the high reduction ratio is present inside that gear, friction is developed, and due to the friction the temperatures is present. So for avoid the failure of the gearbox based on the thermal stresses, so here the fins is present for reduce the temperatures. These are the fins is present. Okay, and then I'm coming on this next. What are the different part is present here? So is the bill of materials, either you can see the part list. So these are the part numbers. WG stands the worm gear. WG stands the worm gear, and then 01 is a part number. So is a lower body of the casing, one part. WG2 is the upper body of the casing, one part. Input shaft, worm shaft, right? Then the closed bearing, open bearing, closed bearing cap, open bearing cap is present for the difference input and the output shaft. Okay, then uh, the output shaft is required, worm wheel there, Allen bolt is there, hexagonal bolt is present, oil seal. So oil seal is basically used for avoid the entrance of the particles inside the gearbox. Avoid the entrance of the particle inside the gearbox. For that you are going to use the oil. Either there is no leakage from the oil to the outside, so if the oil seal is used, then the different type of the bearing is there. The basically 4 bearing is present, 2 bearings for the input shaft and 2 bearings for the output shaft. Okay, drain plug, oil fill plug, and the gasket, and the grease, and the oil. Okay, so these are the various part present in this gearbox. Various part present in the gearbox, right? Okay, so our aim is to how to disassemble that the component. Our aim is to how to disassemble the gearbox. So here just यहाँ पे ध्यान दीजिए, मैं explain करता हूँ. So it's the actual practice. So this type of the gearbox model is available in the our model lab, right? So it's a cut sections gearbox model is present. The topmost part of this gearbox is not available, right? And before that you can observe different types of the tool is required for disassemble the group. Disassemble, just 1 minute. Some message is present from the student. What is this message? Just one. So there is some message is present from student side. What is that message? Just wait, wait, huh? Wait for 1 minute. The questions. Questions. I didn't type that. Okay. So here, first you observe the different times tool required for this assembly. So is the one is called as Allen key. It is required for open and the upper casing. So here 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the Allen bolt is used, and by using the Allen key, you can remove this Allen bolt, and you can keep this Allen bolt in the part to this tray. So different tray is present for each and every part. So for the sequence, you can put each and every part in that different tray like this. So it's the best practice for you can remove the part and kept in the that series. So here again the 2 Allen bolt is present at the another sides. You can remove this bolt by using the Allen key, and you can put in the again the tray. So it's a proper sequence is present for disassembly. Take the appropriate spanner, right? Remove this fasteners and kept in the proper tray. tray number 1, tray number 2. Then again you can go for the open headed spanner having the 14 either the 50, depends on the hexagonal bolts, and try to remove the flange which is connected at the end of the shafts, input shaft as well as the output shaft. So here the 6 bolt is present. So by using the open headed spanner, you can remove this 6 bolt, and again you can put in the tray number 2, not in the same tray, you can put in the tray number 2. Then by using the mallet, you can remove the flange which is present at the input shaft, right? And you can keep these flanges again in the tray number 3. So for each and every part you can take the different tray, then same things. So you can remove the flange which is present at the output side of the shaft, output shaft by using the same method. Take the open-headed spanner, remove the bolts, and keep in the tray number 2. If the same fastener, the same dimension is present for the different fastener, then you can use the same tray, right? So you can put in the same tray. So is again the so is called as the oil seal. This finger is indicated. So is the oil seal. So is the oil seal is present at the end of that the couplings for avoid the leakage of that the oils either the then. So these are the then by using the these are the hook is provided for the upper casing. Both side the hook is present. By using the some crane, either the some lifting devices, you can remove this upper casing from the lower casing. You can remove the upper casing from the lower casing. So is a part of this the upper casing. Half part for the bearing is present in the upper casing, and half part of the bearing is present in the lower casing. So it is a half part present, right? And is a worm wheel. So it's a worm wheel, right? And these are the two bearing is present, bearing 1 and the bearing 2. So is the input shaft you can rotate, and then this output shaft is rotated. Then by using this some process, you can remove the output shaft having this assembly. Then how to remove this bearing? So bearing 1 is present this side, and bearing 2 is present on the another side. So how to remove this bearing? So by using the bearing puller, so here see this, here the materials for this worm wheel is a brass, and the materials for the shaft is the steel, right? So for manufacturing cost, reduce the manufacturing cost, the hub of this gear is different and the gear blank is different. So by using the pins, and the mating is present for these two elements, right? So then so it is pin 1, pin 2, pin 3. So these are the different pin is present for fix this worm wheel with the shaft, right? Then the next step is how to remove the bearing. So here you can use the bearing puller. These are the 3 legs, legs 1, legs 2, legs 3. These are the 3 legs which is fixed at the end of the bearing surfaces, and the center of this bolt is fixed at the center of this shaft, then by using the spanner, you can rotate this screw. Then the opposite forces is acting on that the shaft, and bearing is coming outside direction. In the outside directions. So is a technique for remove the bearing from the shaft either the some places. So in this way you can remove the bearing. So in this way you can rotate this and apply the forces on that shaft, and the bearing will be removed. So here just for the application practical purpose I show here. I am not remove this bearing from that product. Then is the input shaft, and here's the worm is present, and at the end of this input shaft the two bearing as well as the oil seal is present, and even though the bearing cap is present. So here how to remove this shaft? So same practice, you can take the spanner and you can remove these flanges. You can remove this 4 bolt, either the 5 bolt, either the 6 bolt, depends on the manufacturing method. Remove the bolt and put in the tray number 1, tray number 2, depends on that fastener's dimensions, right? And the same technique you can follow for the back sides for the flanges. You can see this video carefully. So if you have any doubt, you can put your questions in the chat box. Okay, the same practice you can follow here, and you can remove these flanges from the another directions, right? Then the same thing. Okay, so then here I explain that, just 1 minute. By removing these two flanges, by removing the flange 1 and the flange 2, how to remove this input shaft, how to remove the input shaft. You can apply the forces at the end of this shaft, by using the mallet, so means it will be coming in the forward direction, so means bearing as well as this shaft is coming outside this lower casing. By using the mallet you can apply the forces, so means the shaft is removed either the coming from this casing. Here in this movie I am not sure how to remove that shaft, right? Then is the assembly process, the same thing in reverse directions. Again you can insert the shaft, apply the cap process, etc. You can see this video carefully. So is the assembly process, same thing. First you fix the input shaft, then fix the two flange, input flange and the output flange, then keep the lower uppermost casing. Then by using the Allen bolt you can fix this uppermost casing, right? You can refer the Allen bolt. The 41 student is there. Okay, so by using this Allen bolt you can lock it. Okay, so is the same practice for that. Okay, same thing. So I am going to close this video and coming on the details of this. Okay, so here series is the process for the assembly. So you can write down this process, and this process is suitable for this practical. Now what is the first process? Series, what is the first process? First process is your observations, observation of the gearbox for its disassembly and decide the tools. First you observe the gearbox, what is the method for disassembly, and select the appropriate tool, for remove these fasteners from that places. Okay, second step, obviously if the gearbox is there, so means you are first remove the oil which are present inside that gearbox. First you can remove the oil present in that the gearbox. So here the two cap is present, one is called as the oil fill cap and one is called as the drain plug cap, drain cap. So first you remove the oil cap at the topmost of that the casing. So means if this oil cap is not open, then the air bubble is trapped inside the casing and the oil is not properly drained from that the gearbox. So for the air you can remove this topmost cap. Then second, you can remove the oil drain cap and collect the oil in the oil pan. So if the drain plug cap is present at the bottom of the casing, you can remove it, right? And keep this cap at the tray number 1 and the tray number 2, right? Okay, then what is the next step? Remove the two worm shaft bearing cap along with the bearing consisting of the two bolts. So is the bearing cap is present at this one side and the bearing cap is present at the output side of that the shaft. So is the open end cap and is the closed end cap. So by using the bolt 1 and bolt 2, so these are the tools is required for open that bearing cap, right? And again kept in the tray 2 either the 3, right? Then remove the third bearing cap which is placed on the wheel shaft by using the 6 bolt either the 4th bolt. So means the input shaft, by using the input shaft you can remove it. Okay, then remove the Allen bolt from the upper body which is connected with the lower body. So these are the Allen bolt, bolt 1 and the bolt 2 and bolt 3 and bolt 4, right? So here how many tools is required? So once is the Allen key, then crane, other the lifting devices, right? So by using that you can remove the first this bearing cap, and after removing the bearing cap you can remove this Allen bolt. Okay, then next, what is the next? Remove the gear bolt and nut from the gear mounting wheel to detach it from the gears. You can remove it, right? Then by using the bearing puller, you can remove the bearing. So is the one step is present for how to remove the bearing side of the two bearings to detach from the wheel shaft by using the bearing puller and spanner, and later on the remove the sleeves. So in this way you can remove this all parts. Okay, then remove the 4 bolts. These are the 4 bolts for the input shaft directions, right? So by using that, then remove the worm shaft. How to remove the worm shaft? I already explained in this movie. By using the mallet forces, you can apply the forces on this shaft. The shaft is coming in the downward directions, right? So is the way to disassemble the gearbox. So is called as the process chart. Is called as the process chart. In the process chart, you can explain remove the whatever the fastener by using the XYZ tool. After removing that fastener, kept in the proper tray number, maybe the tray number 1, tray number 2, tray number 3, and again kept the tool in its proper place. Kept the tool in the proper place. The same process you can follow for the second method, right? You can remove the another part by using Swansea tool, right? Kept in the tray number 2, kept the tool at the proper place. So is the practice for the disassembly. Okay, then how to, this is the process for the disassembly, and how to assemble that. How to assemble the same method in the reverse fashions. You can assemble the that machine, either the engine जो लास्ट में निकाला है उससे पहले assemble करो. So is a sequence for assemble. Again same thing, you can write down the process. First you end cap, then worm gears, then the casing, right? Then the ram, etc., etc. Even during the disassembly, if any part, any component is failed, you can replace that the components. Either you can go for the proper lubrication. You can use the grease. If the gasket is failed, you can replace that gasket with the new, right? If the component is failed, you can replace the component new and process for the assembly. So is for the gearbox, is for the gearbox. Okay, अभी मैं दूसरा लेता हूँ, दूसरी प्रैक्टिस के लिए जाते हैं. So another is hydraulic actuators. So another is the hydraulic actuators, either the pneumatic actuators. तो यहाँ पे आप इसका मूवी देखो, how to disassemble that pneumatic actuators. So is the pneumatic actuators. Then these students यहाँ पे, so is the pneumatic actuators. It is a single acting forward and the reverse direction. So it's a single acting cylinder is present forward and the reverse direction. So based on the two hoses is used, based on the two hoses there. So this two hose is just, I take this some. So here the one hose is called as the input and is called as the output. Either is in reverse fashion is also the input and is the output. Depends on the direction of the pistons. You can apply the forces by using the pneumatic, either the hydraulic. So is maybe the input, either the output, is maybe the output, either the input, reverse directions, right? So here how to disassemble this pneumatic actuator. See this movie properly. So is the pistons, so is the hose nipple, right? And these black colors are the end cap. These two black colors are the end cap. One is called as the input end cap and another is the output end cap. How to remove this end cap? So is the tie rod, as the extension rod is present. So by using the Allen key, you can remove the nut which is connected at the end of this tie rod or the extension rod. So in this way, you can remove this all, and again you can keep in the proper tray number 1, 2, tray number 2, 3, etc., etc. If the same dimension is present for this all fasteners, then you can keep in the same tray. So is the practice for remove this extension rod. 1, 2, the same thing is present for the 3. Same thing. So is another third tie rod, this extension rod is there. So you can remove from using the Allen key. Okay. Then fourth, the next is the fourth. How to remove it? The fourth is again by using the Allen key. You can remove the screw. All right. And then okay. After that, how to remove this cap? How to remove the cap, end cap at this barrel, either this cylinder. So here you can apply the forces by using the mallet at this side as well as the forces. So it will be removed. So is the end cap, and again by using the mallet you can apply the forces for the open end cap, then it will be removed. So in this way, is take the some forces. So then you can remove the piston rod. You can remove this piston rod with the some forces. So is a piston rod. So here how many parts is present? So is a piston rod having the two different elements. I am coming on that. So is called as the barrel. Is the throughout hole is present. Is the barrel having the throughout hole is present, as you can see is a piston. Is the piston cylinder. Okay. So is the end cap. So is the end cap without the hole. And here you can insert this O-ring is called as the oil seal. Is the O-ring is called as the oil seal, and it is provided for avoid the leakage. Avoid the leakage. And whatever this nut is present is a nipple for this hose. Nipple for the hole. Okay. And is the end cap here the throughout hole is present, and this hole is suitable for coming the piston rod outside, right? So how many parts is called as a barrel, that is a piston cylinder, is the open end cap, then so is a piston, and these two black colors are the oil seals. These two black colors are called as the oil seals. These are the two oil seals present. Okay. Then you can insert, this is the assembly process. Insert this piston cylinder, apply this some forces. Okay. Then insert the open end cap, provide the oil seal here, apply this some forces, then it will be fixed in this. So that at the end of this barrel the some chamfer is present. The chamfer is present, and based on that chamfer it will be fixed. It will be fixed, right? And here these two nipples are present, one and the two. Here you can connect the two hoses. This hose may be the pneumatic, either is may be the hydraulic. So in this case, here is a pneumatic hose is present, and then you can insert the tie rod, either the extension rod, and by using the Allen key, you can fix this part. You can fix the. So is the procedures for remove the surfaces, remove the fasteners from this tool. So is the practice. Okay. So I am going to close this video. How to write the where is hydraulic actuators? How to write the manual, either the process for this pneumatic actuators, either the hydraulic actuators series. Then again the experimental number 1, assembly and disassembly of the hydraulic either pneumatic actuators. The apparatus is pneumatic actuator, either the hydraulic actuator, toolbox, tray, etc. So some theory is present. You can read this theory. The cylindrical barrel, cylindrical head, piston rod, what is the use of that, right? So yeah, series. So is a typical cross section of this hydraulic actuator, either the pneumatic actuators. Piston rod is there, the barrel, the piston. So in our case, the two oil seal is present for the pistons. So here only one oil seal is present. Then cap end port, rod end port. So it's a rod end port is a open end, and the cap end is a closed end. Okay. Then so these are the precise machines here. This is for the hydraulic actuators. Okay. Then series. Whatever the component is available in our laboratory, based on that these are the part list is present. Part number PA, P stands for the pneumatic, A stand for the actuators. PA is 01, 02, 03. And what are the different component? Piston cylinder, I think it's also called as the barrel, piston rod, oil seal, open end cap, closed end cap, inlet outlet nipple, tension, either the tie rod, hexagonal tie rod, nut, O-ring for the end cap, O-ring for the open end. So these are the quantities present. And same thing, you can write down this. So is the assembly of this part. How to disassemble? You can write down the procedures in your manual. Observations, tools, tray, Then with respect to the Allen bolt, you can remove this tie rod, etc. as per that movie. All right, you can mention. Then these are the details of that the component. How many component is present? These are the tension rod is present 4, hexagonal nut is present 4 at the one side. Then the hose nipple is there, open end cap is there, closed end cap is there, 2 oil seal is present, and piston rod is present. And how to assemble? So assembly process is there. Again, you can insert the piston rod having the oil seal in the piston cylinder, right? Then insert the open end cap, right? Then fix the closed end cap, right? Then insert the tension rod, and by using the Allen bolt you can fix this tension rod. So is the process for the assembly, right? So in this way you can write down the process chart for each and every practical setups. Okay, then here coming on the pressure regulating valve, PRV, pressure regulating valve. यहाँ पे ध्यान दीजिए, pressure regulating valve. The experimental title is Assembly and Disassembly of the Pressure Regulating Valve. Assembly and disassembly of the pressure regulating valve. So here the apparatus is PRV, pressure regulating valve, right? Having the with the toolbox. Some theory is present here. What is the use of this pressure regulating valve? A pressure regulating valve, it is basically used for control the pressures of that the oil, either the air. So the diaphragm is pressure adjustment handle is present. So is the inlet pressure gauge is having the maximum pressures, and you can control by using this diaphragm poppets, and this outlet gauge is indicate the minimum pressures. So is the typical diagram is present. So here what are the different elements is present in the pressure gauge valve? So the theory is present, so you can read it properly. I will be mail this all three to you. So this is the details which is present in our laboratory, the pressure regulating valve. So is the body of the pressure regulating valve, is the plunger, is the oil seat for the pressure regulating valve, is a plunger nut, is a handle for control the pressures for that pressure valve, and is a screw for this handle. So these are the details about that the pressure regulating valves. Right? So part number PRV, P stands pressure, R stand regulating, V stand the valve. PRV pressure regulating valve, part 01, 02, 03, and the name of the component is main body, plunger, plunger nut, handle wheel, handle screw, spring, valve base, and these are the quantity. So here again how to disassemble and how to assembly. You can assemble this all components, right? तो यहाँ पे वीडियो देखो, उसके बाद आपको लिखना है how to disassemble this PRV and how to assemble that the PRV. तो यहाँ पे you can see this video, pneumatic PRV valve. Okay, see this. So for that you can fix this whole PRV in the bench wise. Take the different tools for disassemble of that the PRV. I take only 2 other the 3 minutes for that. इसके ऊपर आपके एग्जाम में practical examination is present for the this setups. So you can fix in the pipe wise, sorry, bench wise, right? Then by using the screwdriver you can remove the screw which is connected at the end of the handle, right? Then remove the handles. You can keep in the tray number 1, tray number 2 is the same practice is present. Remove that. Okay, then by using the open head spanner you can remove this plunger cap. You can remove this plunger cap. So here the 22 number spanner is present. You can remove this end cap, either the plunger's cap. Okay, then so here the two component is present, the mating, the plunger's cap and the plunger. So middle part is called as the plunger, middle part is called as the plungers. So by using its height you can apply the forces on that the diaphragm spring, either this spring, right? So you can remove these plungers by using the another open head spanner. So between this oil seat and this plunger there is a one diaphragm spring is present, either the helical tension spring is present. So in this assembly the spring is not available, but above this wall set there is one spring is present, and this spring is apply the forces on that the wall set. So here you can remove this wall set by using the different tools. If it is not removed, then you can disassemble you can remove this body from this bench wise and try to rotate in the 180 degree, means this oil seat will be removed. So in this way you can remove this oil seat. Okay, then so here I take this top to that. Okay, suppose so is the input for this pressure wall. So there the one hole is present, so input hole is there and is also called as the input hole, is also called as the input hole. Above this input hole the wall set is present and the pressure is applied. When the gap is present between the wall set and the surface of this hole, due to that gap, whatever the air, either the fluid is present, this fluid is present in this surrounding, the black color surrounding, right? And this hole is passes with the output hole, right? So it's for the input and this black color outside is for the output. So is a basic theory for the PRV. Then how to assemble it? The same theory you can apply. The same process is the reverse matches. So is the direction is given, input and the output. So is for the input and is another for the output. Okay, then the same practice is present. Again you can fix it, then insert the pressure sits wall, then again insert the spring, right? Then you can fix the plunger with the this plunger nut, right? Then by using the spanner you can fix this plunger nut, right? Then insert the handle at these locations, then by using the screw again you can fix. So is the method for remove the and assemble these tools. Okay, remove this and assemble this tool. Okay, ठीक है। अभी यहाँ पे क्या करना है, आई कमिंग ऑन दिस योर क्वेश्चन चार्ट, वेयर इज द क्वेश्चन चार्ट। ओके, 340 कोण 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 ऐकत होतं सांगा बरं मला, जस्ट यू कॅन टाईप येस सर आम्ही लक्ष देत होतो। डिअर स्टुडंट्स, जस्ट यू कॅन टाईप कोण कोण ऐकत होतं आपलं लेक्चर्स। ओके, ऑल ऑफ दिस, ओके, गुड वन, गुड गुड गुड। चलो तो यहाँ पे क्या करना है आपको, ध्यान दीजिए। ओके, गुड। बहुत सारे बच्चे यहाँ पे अभी पैंडेमिक की वजह से कॉलेज में नहीं आए थे एंड फिजिकली दे आर नॉट ओपन एंड डिसअसेंबल आइदर दे असेंबल दैट द कंपोनेंट्स। तो आपको पता ही नहीं चला कि कैसे असेंबल करना है, कैसे डिसअसेंबल करना है। ये प्रैक्टिकल खत्म होने के बाद मैं आपको ये तीनों भी वीडियो शेयर करूंगा और उसका तीनों का भी थ्योरी आपको व्हाट्सएप पे शेयर करूंगा एंड बेस्ड ऑन दैट यू कैन राइट डाउन दी प्रोसेस चार्ट। अभी प्रोसेस चार्ट्स में हमें क्या करना है, एक्सपेरिमेंटल सेटअप में टाइटल ऑफ दैट द एक्सपेरिमेंट, apparatus of that experiment and what are the tools is required for that experiment. If you interested to write down the theory तो आप वहाँ पे theory भी लिख सकते। If you are not interested to write down the theory of that the applications of that tools, no problem, directly you can write down the process sheet, either the process chart। अभी process chart में क्या करना है, the first process chart for disassemble the component, first process chart is for the disassemble for the components। तो यहाँ पे क्या करना है, first step, the first step is observations। During that observations you can find out which method is there to disassemble the components, what are the tool is required for that disassemble। second method, second अभी यहाँ पे example देता हूँ, second method by using this spanner, open head spanner having 14 number, by using the open headed spanner having the 14 number, remove the bolts which are connected with the end of that the bearing cap, right? ये आपका second step हो गया, right? Third step, after removing that bolt, kept the bolt in the tray number 1, kept the bolt in the tray number 1। ध्यान दीजिए यहाँ पे लिखना है। then next step again kept the spanner at its original positions, जहां से भी आपने स्पैनर ले आते उसे उसी जगह पे रखना है, right? second step, after removing the bolt, remove the flange by using the hand force. If it not removed from the hand force, apply the mallet forces, remove this flange and kept in the tray number 2. अभी हर जगह पे ट्रे नंबर 2 क्यों लिखना है? तो आपको ये अच्छी प्रैक्टिस है, जो भी आप कंपोनेंट निकालते उसे उसके प्रॉपर प्लेस में ही रखना है। हमें मालूम है व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू डिजाइन दिस सम ड्राइंग शीट एक्सेट्रा, तो आपको पता नहीं चलता इरेजर कहाँ पे, स्केल कहाँ पे, पेंसिल कहाँ पे, तो आपने प्रॉपर जगह पे रखा तो आपको पता चलता है इज अ प्रॉपर प्लेस फॉर दैट कंपोनेंट। द सेम you can follow here. After removing that components, after use of the tool, you can keep that tools, either the fastener, either the component at its proper position, tray number 1, tray number 2, tray number 3, etc, etc. So in this way you can disassemble the all things. यहाँ पे आपके टूल का नाम आना चाहिए, उस टूल की साइज भी आपको मालूम होनी चाहिए और उस टूल का नेम भी आपको मालूम चाहिए, राइट, एंड कौन से ट्रे में आपने रखा है। दिस फॉर द डिसअसेंबल. And the second process chart for assembly. The second process chart for the assembly. In assembly, you can follow the reverse order of the disassembly. जो लास्ट में हमें निकाला था उसे हमें अभी पहले assemble करना है. What are the last component we are removing? Either the disassemble. In the disassembly process, अभी उसे हमें पहले assemble करना है. So in this way, you can write down the process chart for disassembly and assembly. अभी हमें कौन से प्रैक्टिकल सेटअप है बताता हूं मैं. The first is present for the worm gear, assemble and disassemble the worm gear box. Second is assemble and disassemble the hydraulic actuator, either the pneumatic actuators. Third is assemble and disassemble the pressure regulating valve is the third. Fourth is assemble and disassemble the automatically air compressor, right? Fifth is assemble and disassemble the IC engine. So it may be the four-wheeler engine, as may be the two-wheeler engines, right? And next is the final is assemble and disassemble the tailstock. Assemble and disassemble the tailstock. Tailstock हम कहाँ पे use करते हैं? For the lathe machines. So how to assemble and disassemble the tailstock. तो हमें ये 6 प्रैक्टिकल्स है, तो आज हमने 3 प्रैक्टिकल लिए. नेक्स्ट सेशंस में हम डिस्कस करेंगे अबाउट दी tailstock, then air compressors and the IC engines, how to assemble and disassemble the IC engine, right? So it's just about the informations for the practicals related with the skill development. If you have any doubt, you can call me, either WhatsApp me, right? लेकिन आपको ये करना है क्योंकि इसके ऊपर ही आपके एक्सपेरिमेंट के मार्क्स डिपेंड्स है, टर्मस मार्क एज वेल एज दी प्रैक्टिकल्स मार्क. प्रैक्टिकल्स मार्क के एक्सटर्नल बेसिस है और टर्म मार्क इज इंटरनल बेसिस, तो हमें उसके ऊपर मार्क देना है. तो जो भी बच्चे जिस स्टाफ के पास होंगे, एज पर दिस माय थ्योरी, यू कैन राइट डाउन द प्रोसेस चार्ट फॉर दिस ऑल प्रैक्टिकल सेटअप्स एंड सबमिट इट टू बाय यूजिंग द ऑनलाइन मोड्स, आइदर द ऑफलाइन मोड, राइट. एंड प्रैक्टिकल के एग्जाम के ऊपर आपको क्वेश्चन पूछे जाएंगे, कौन सा टूल आपको क्या यूज होता है, व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू यूज द ओपन हेड स्पैनर, when you are going to use the ring spanner, what is the use of this bearing puller, what is the use of the mallet, what are the different type of the hammer is there, what are the different type of the screwdriver is there, what is the use of the screwdriver, what are the different type of the plier is there, right, what is the use of the circlip, etc, etc. तो आप फास्टनर के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करो, वो फास्टनर का यूज कहाँ पे होता है, टूल के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करो, व्हाट इज द यूज ऑफ दैट टूल्स, राइट. ये सभी आपको ऑब्जर्व करना है. ओके गुड. तो मैं यहाँ पे अभी क्लोज करता हूँ. जो भी आपको प्रॉब्लम्स रहेगा